Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to RanDOTA. As always, I am D, and before we get started, I wanted to talk to you guys about this right here. The Dueling Fates update. It looks like it's live, so we've got two brand new heroes this time, not just one. We have Mireska, the Dark Willow, Crazy Fairy Lady, who I think plays mostly a support role, and Dante the Pangolier. More of a carry role, I believe. We'll take a quick look at them before we get into the game. Take a look at Dante first, the Pangolier. He is a melee carry, also with Nuker, Disabler.
That is why I'm here.
He's also durable, he's got a good escape ability, and he's an initiator. So his abilities, let's take a look at them. Swashbuckle, this is cute. Vector targeted, Pangolier dashes along the target line and slashes all enemies in the drawn direction with several quick swipes. Heart Piercer has a chance to activate from this damage. That's his E, his Heart Piercer. Next up is W, Shield Crash. Pangolier jumps in the air and slams back to the ground, damaging all enemies in a radius. For each enemy hero he hits, or each enemy hero hit, he gains a percentage of incoming damage reduction for a short time. Forward movement is maintained if Shield Crash is used while Rolling Thunder is active and allows Rolling Thunder to clear cliffs or walls. Rolling Thunder is his ultimate, by the way. Next up, Heart Piercer, E. This is a passive. Reads his enemies perfectly, deftly slipping his blade past defenses. Each attack has a chance to negate enemy armor and slow the target for a duration, activating after a short delay. There's a 15% chance for this pierce, as you can see. Duration up to 5 seconds, move slow up to 50, debuff delay is 2 seconds. Like it says, this can activate during Swashbuckle, which is a good dash, which this will be your good escape tool. It's also got a very low, relatively low cooldown at 8 seconds at max level. And does some decent damage per strike with a very good slash range of 900. Although he only slashes up to 4 times, so. This is going to be your big initiation and escape tool, like I said. Although, to be fair, Shield Crash is also pretty good. Because this is a jump-in initiation that gives you damage reduction. He is a good frontline tank carry, I think. They don't say tank anymore because they say durable. Heart Piercer, probably going to want to pick this up and use it. Maybe a value point in it, I'm not sure. We'll have to see what people do. Then finally, Rolling Thunder, your ultimate. Oops. Pangolier curls into a magic immune ball and rolls out. When rolling, he moves at an increased speed and can move through trees, but has a decreased ability to turn. Striking enemies knocks them back, inflicting damage and stunning them when they land. Colliding with walls or cliffs will cause a temporary pause while Pangolier reverses in direction. Now this, you can remember, you can use Shield Crash while using Rolling Thunder, so you can actually jump up cliffs or over walls. So this is also your huge initiation once you hit 6, because I mean, you roll in, you run into somebody, you knock them back, and they get a stun of up to 1.5 seconds. Not a huge stun, but still. The Pangolier, he looks like he's going to be a lot of fun. Let's take a quick look at his talent tree. Level 10, you get a choice between some extra move speed or some extra mana regen. Always good. At 15, 30 attack speed, probably not going to be a big one unless you're going for a really big Heart Piercer build, or you have a 2-second Shield Crash cooldown when you're in ball. So I'm guessing that means when you're using Rolling Thunder, then Shield Crash has a 2-second cooldown, which is insane. At 20, you can get 20 strength, which not a huge deal. I mean, it'll give you a lot more health, or you can do 30 swashbuckle damage. I'd probably... We'll see how people think, but I'm thinking the Swashbuckle is going to be the bigger one on this case, because that's your, like I said, that's your big initiation tool. And then finally, his final level talents. Minus 16 seconds on Rolling Thunder. I'm guessing that's the cooldown, because bringing that down to 24 seconds would be a huge deal. And then other one is minus 3 seconds swashbuckle cooldown, which means you can bring this down to 5 seconds. I'm guessing it's going to be based on what your team needs. If they need a long-range speed initiator, you're probably going to want to go for the 16 seconds Rolling Thunder cooldown, the reduction. If they just want somebody to get in and mix things up, probably go for swashbuckle. Alright, let's take a look at the other new hero, Dark Willow.
Are you ready for shenanigans?
Alright then, so she is a ranged support, she's also a nuker, she's got some disabling abilities, and she's also an escape artist. And she also reminds me of what happens if Puck completely loses his mind. Anyway, your Q, Bramble Maze. Creates a maze of brambles in the target area. Enemies that walk into a bramble are rooted and take damage over time. So this is going to be a good... This is going to be a big team fight skill, I'd say. Because the last 15 seconds, there's 8 brambles. They root for up to 2.5 seconds, which is a pretty good deal. And they do 100 damage per second that they're rooted. That's actually a really good hit. So this, again, like I said, this will be a good thing to just throw out in a team fight. It's a 25-second cooldown at max level. That's a lot, but team fights can last upwards of 3 minutes. We've seen that before on this show. Anyway, next up, Shadow Realm. Dark Willow recedes into the shadows, becoming untargetable. Her next attack has increased attack range and deals bonus magic damage and will end Shadow Realm. Damage scales based on how long she remains under the effects of Shadow Realm, the maximum being reached after 3 seconds. So this is a lot like Unstable Concoction in terms that the longer you hold it, the more damage you're going to do. Makes sense. And 360 damage at max level is pretty damn good, especially for a support. And it also gives you bonus attack range. So this is kind of a combination of... This is what happens when you mix Unstable Concoction with Meld. Except I don't think you have to stay still during Shadow Realm. So look for somebody to use Shadow Realm as a great pick-off tool, good ganking tool as well. It sounds like... So basically she already looks like she's got a built-in... Dark Willow currently looks like she has a built-in Shadow Blade. Next up, Cursed Crown. Casts an ancient fey curse on the target. To delay the target and nearby enemies are stunned. So this is a lot like Fortune's End from Oracle, except that the delay is on the back end rather than on the front end. What I mean by that is Oracle has to channel first before the stun goes out. Cursed Crown, you have to you fire and forget it, and then it goes off. And this is actually a stun rather than a root. So you do have. This is also an interesting one, because she's actually kind of got 2 ultimates from the way I understood it. You have Bedlam. Dark Willow's Pet Wisp roams around her for the duration, rapidly attacking nearby enemies. Bedlam cannot be used while Terrorize is active. This doesn't do a huge amount of damage, but it does do quite a bit, and I mean, it lasts for 4 seconds, so. This could be a good AoE tool. But then there's also Terrorize. Releases her Pet Wisp to terrorize her enemies. After a short delay, all enemies in the target area become fearful. Run toward their home fountain. Cannot be used while Bedlam is active. This does no damage, as you can tell, but it does make sure it does. For 4 seconds, it takes enemy control away from their team. This is I get the feeling Terrorize is probably going to be the bigger team fight ultimate. Bedlam is going to be more about. Actually, they're both very good team fights, but we'll see which one people use more often. Anyway, let's do a quick talent tree look. Level 10, you can get 125 cast range, which I'm betting is going to be a really big deal, or plus 20 damage. The cast range is probably going to be more often used, but we'll see. You can also get plus 40 movement speed at 15 or 90 gold per minute. Both of these are really good. We'll see how people fare on this one. Level 20, 300 maximum Shadow Realm damage. That's a huge deal, especially because that just a little under doubles the damage you can do at maximum level. Or you can have 10% spell lifesteal. Both are probably going to be really good. And then final one, 200 attack speed or plus 1 terrorize duration. I'd be surprised if anybody really goes for the attack speed. Because, I mean, an extra second of the enemy not having control, that is a huge deal. Hopefully we get a game with one of these guys in it. We'll see. And I'll see you guys on the other side for the game. Well, folks, we're back in, and already it looks like we've already got somebody that's willing to do it. This is about a low 7k MMR game, and we've got somebody that picked the Pangolier. We'll see if the Pangolier on the Radiant team, they've got a lot of good ganking potential with the Storm Spirit and the Phantom Assassin. The Wyvern gives them really good sustain. Tiny gives them the huge cleave damage if he picks up the Scepter. If he doesn't, then he's just super tanky frontliner. But with the Pangolier, I want to see how this goes, because this is looking like an interesting fight already. Timber. Oh. Well, we're not going to get to see the Dark Willow just yet. Which I'm starting to think is probably a Buffy reference. Turn the sound up real quick, hold on. There we go. And we're in.
It's in the bag.
Prepare for battle.
This will be an interesting one.
Battle sung of in the Eldwomb's Edda. The battle that was truly
This
in
one
the
is
bag.
in the bag.
I've seen this set. Okay, no, I haven't. Bloodroot Guard. I don't know what effects it has.
This one is in the bag, and that one is too, and that one, they are all in the bag.
But yeah, they've already released a special item for his offhand, as you saw there. It's the Etienne's Revenge, I think it is. It's a pistol. I don't remember. I think it impacts either Swashbuckle or Heart Piercer that it impacts.
30 seconds.
Anyway, let's go ahead and introduce our team, shall we? After I figure out what the hell this courier is. Sapler the Eager. Oh, it's cute. In a mildly brain bleach kind of way. Alrighty, let's go ahead and introduce the teams. We'll start with the Dire on the bottom lane. Oops. Hold that thought. Actually, that helps. We have Ochre playing on the Timber Saw. Underscore playing on the Slardar in the bottom lane for the Dire. They're up against Haster on the Phantom Assassin and Smiley on the Winter Wyvern. Nefrit playing the Viper for the Dire is going to be in the mid lane. We're not sure who's going to be in the mid lane for the Radiant just yet, although if I had to guess, it's probably going to be Hubert on the Storm Spirit. Leaving for the Dire, we got Exotic Deer, ironically playing the Enchantress for the Dire on the top lane. And I don't know how to read that bee-looking thing. I'm just going to know Betmeh playing the Bounty Hunter in the top lane for the Dire. Probably going to be up against the combo of Seven on the Tiny and Kodos on the Pangolier.
Go!
First point we see on the Pangolier, he's already put a point into Swashbuckle, although he's taken some hits here from Exotic Deer. He can't actually hit her because then Untouchable would trigger. Also because he's a melee. Actually, it looks like we got a dual lane mid of Seven and Hubert. So Tiny Storm Spirit dual lane mid, not the greatest idea, I don't think. I'm gonna keep an eye on Kodos up here though. Too bad Kang's not here to help him. Because like I said, you can use Swashbuckle to escape, just target away from your enemy. Because this is a charged line. This is a line charge style attack. There you see him do it. Okay, so that's what happens is you charge in a direction and attack in a different direction. Batman is just really doing a lot to keep Kodos out of lane here. Meanwhile, Hubert and Seven might actually get Nefrit here. Up goes the Viper and down goes the Nether Drake. Getting that on the mid laner is a great pickup. That's going to speed up the Tiny Storm Spirit combo a lot, so. Although, that being said, the Slardar's just come in and just started smacking Hubert around, so that'll keep him off. Okay, I think Seven might be a Wandering Tiny, which is an interesting choice. Oh, the Avalanche just barely misses Ochre. Meanwhile, Kodos is not doing well here. He has to use Swashbuckle again to get out. He picks up his first point in Shield Crash. And then uses that to jump out. And he's actually only about one hit away from that Enchantress killing him. He plants a tree and then eats it. Oh, good call there. He has to dodge out of the way of Batman, but he's not gonna... I don't know if he's gonna survive this. Just barely, although Batman is... He might go for this. If he stays under the tower... He is really devoted to getting rid of this Pangolier, but the Pangolier is still not fallen yet. Not doing so great in the last hits, of course. He's only at 3. Meanwhile, down here, Ochre's taking a bit of a pounding from Haster, but... Seven throws... Oh, he throws the Bounty Hunter forward, and they get the kill there with Kodos, showing us how you swashbuckle. If that had been a clean kill, it would have been a little bit better, but it does mean that the Pangolier is going to have a better chance of surviving in lane for a bit now. Although the Slardar is smoked up near the Radiant Ancients. We'll see if this turns into something against 7. The poison attack comes out. He's just going to walk right up. Oh, and he just gets thrown right back at Nefrit. Good call by 7 with that one. Where is the Bounty Hunter, actually? Oh, he's been wandering around near bottom lane. Nefrit gets tossed back and killed again. 2 deaths for the Viper this early in the game are not good. That's going to really slow down the farm of a guy you need to have it. Okay, that was an interesting musical cue for Swashbuckle. They found a Slardar. Can they get him is the question. They're not going to get him just yet, although he's going to walk into the scan area. But they don't have any global presence. Oh, get up here just as Exotic Deer takes down Kodos. And the Slardar falls. What the? Oh, wow. Well played, 7. Sneaky tiny. There goes Nefrit on the Viper for the 3rd time. The Radiant have pretty effectively won the mid lane. Which is good because top lane's going pretty horrible for them. I'm not trying to bash Kodos here on the Pangolier. It's more a case of there is literally basically nothing even a good melee player is going to be able to do against a good Enchantress. That right there though was a good play. They still lose a tier 1 on top lane. And for all that he's not having a greatest game, Kodos does have only one death. Whereas bottom lane, unfortunately PA, as strong as she is, Mordred's not really gonna be able to take off against a Slardar Timbersaw combo. Meanwhile, up on here on the top lane, the Enchantress goes down. That's not a good sign because she is a great pushing tool for the Dire side. That's 2 tier 1s down already for the Radiant, and this is only 7 minutes in. Of course, the game is nowhere near over. Oh, the Radiant found themselves a slaughter. They missed the avalanche, but they don't miss the toss, and there he goes. So this is going to turn into a 3-on-2. Now it's a 3-on-2 the other direction.
I wasn't fond of you.
Bad dudes, middle tower. Everyone, go now.
Not much else going to happen in the mid-fight, but heck. That being said, Ochre is going hard on Hubert here. One more second, he's got Chakram. Throws it out. Hubert can't zip out. He doesn't have the mana for it. And there's the kill. That's a big hit. That being said, Ochre is in trouble because he's suddenly surrounded by 3 of the Dire. Or 3 of the Radiant, I'm sorry. The Radiant Courier falls with a good amount of items on it. Avalanche comes out, toss combo. Chakram is going to hold them in place, but not enough. The Phantom Assassin is just going to chase him down. Can easily throw out the Phantom Strike here, but unfortunately that reactive armor is just going to keep the Timbersaw alive long enough to take down 7. In comes Hubert on the Storm Spirit. He's just zipping around. He's actually got mana this time, and he's going to show Ochre, this is how I work. Good revenge kill, but unfortunately that did end up with a 2-kill deficit. Or a 1-kill deficit. Oh, the Pangolier. Very good call with that dash. But still, 2-on-1 in the 2-for-1 in the bottom lane in favor of the Dire. Not so great.
Where are you going?
Impetus is already online for the Enchantress, who takes a bit of a beating from Tiny, but not nearly as much as the one she's dishing out to him. Impetus shots hurt, and the Enchantress gets thrown back into her own creep wave. Well played by 7 with that trick. But the Slithering Crush, Exotic Deer picks up the kill. Unfortunately, the Radiant have a team lineup. I'm not going to say this entirely because I don't know about the Pangolier exactly, but the Radiant really have a lineup that just takes a little bit too long to get going. Viper needs to get some items going, but once he's got some agility items and he's got Viper Strike ready, he's effectively set. Those are some big Impetus hits. I mean, 2 of them landed and Haster's half dead. Nefert takes a Stifling Dagger.
For the enemy.
They're pushing down. They want this tier 1 down, the final tier 1 taken. And they're gonna get it at this rate. 7 needs a Blink Dagger, really. There's the Rolling Thunder. The toss onto Nefrit. He is magic immune. Kodos was not damage immune. Goo, good 2-man Slithering Crush. The toss from 7, not gonna be enough to save him. Like I said, the big thing there was that big 2-man Slithering Crush. And again with a good one. Hubert does get a revenge kill onto the Slardar, but not going to be near enough. He's found himself in this position before with the Chakrams coming in and no mana for Ball Lightning. There's enough just there. Ooh, Winter Curse. Winter's Curse onto the Timbersaw, but more to stop him from chasing than anything. Good use of the Winter's Curse still. The Dire is still ahead by about 5k gold. The Radiant are down by only about 500 experience, so the levels are close. Rolling Thunder comes out. That's a very short cooldown on Rolling Thunder. And Ochre is just in some serious trouble. There's the shield crash. And, ooh, Ochre is not going to get out of this one. And with Timbersaw down, that's a huge chunk of the front line for the Dire. Big enough that Nefrit's going to be the next one to fall here. Good call by the Radiant with those 2 kills. This should free up some space. Let the people that they need to farm get farm. Uh-oh. 7 walked into a bad neighborhood there. And that Impetus is going to be enough. There's another Rolling Thunder straight onto the Bounty Hunter, into the shield crash to get the kill. Or to help the kill. Haster actually picked it up. Kodos is not going to make it out of this, but Ooh, good use of the Winter's Curse to have them attack Nefrit. Haster and Smiley are going to do their best to get out of here, because Haster does, but Smiley does not, which is actually a good call on the Radiant part, because that means they didn't lose their carry again. They only lost one of their supports.
Is about to get knocked over.
Their tier 1 hadn't, or tier 2, I'm sorry, has not taken a huge amount of damage here. But it looks like Nefrit wants to fix that, although Hubert and C7 are going to hang in his way. There's the kill onto him, so the Viper, a lot of the damage is gone. Slardar is their big team fight, or their big disruption. Exotic Deer, as long as you're close into her, she can't really do her super damage. She's also their healer, so without her, I mean, there's only going to be 2 left, but ooh, those Wisps are really keeping her alive. They're just committing a ton of resources to this. They do eventually get that kill, though, but it took a while. A 6-kill streak broken, though, in exchange for a domination streak for Haster,
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
who actually hasn't died yet. I'm sorry for my comment a minute ago. Track out onto the Pangolier. Now it's gone.
Bad dude's top tower gonna fall over soon.
Stupendous! A soldier's fortune.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Teams have just switched back to farming, although the tier 1 on top has taken a pounding against the Dire. There goes a good Splinter Blast.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire structures are fortified.
Fortification rune popped, although that's a bit premature because it was only at half health, so.
Bad dude's top tower gonna fall over soon.
And nobody on the Dire is making moves to save it. The Dire could actually be doing a good push on bottom lane. They've got one really close to the base,
Tower is under attack. Bad dude's top
and nothing in between them and the tier 3. Well, except for the Tiny. They do lose the tier 1. Hubert finds himself a bounty hunter that he doesn't know about yet. Also, you might have noticed that they moved the shrines a little bit. Actually, quite a bit. Hubert gonna TP out. But yeah, they moved the jungle shrine. Now the top Dire shrine used to be right here. Now it's up here. And the same for the top Radiant shrine. Used to be up here. Actually, they swapped it and the bounty rune slots. At least they did for the Radiant side. For the Dire side, they just turned it the top bounty rune slot into low ground. Ooh, good rolling in. I'm sorry, I was looking away for a second, but Haster gets that kill, which is a big one. Kodo's also picking up some armor from Shield Crash. 18 holy crap, that's actually, yeah, I forgot that's actually a percentage. So let's see, at max level, if he hits all 4, he blocked, holy hell. If at level 4 you hit all of the enemy team with Shield Crash, you're blocking 90% of damage for 10 seconds. That is insane. It's once people figure out the Pangolier and figure out like how to play him, it'll not be quite as bad, but because that is not physical or magical armor. That is just straight damage reduction. 90% damage reduction for 10 seconds. You're gonna have team fights where he just doesn't goddamn die. Out comes the Rolling Thunder. Where's he going?
Sprites are with us.
How did he? Wasn't he just on the bottom lane? That said, this turned into a big rout for the Radiant. They just turned and destroyed 2 of the Dire.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Oh, that is clever. You can use Town Portal during Rolling Thunder. So if they expect you to come in and be like, yeah, he's just going to be walking around and maybe stab us a little bit. No, you come in as a boulder. That That's clever. I like this. I'm liking the Pangolier. I'm not even playing him, and I like him.
Dire structures
Unfortunately for the Dire, they didn't manage to close it out just yet. They're not out of the woods, neither are the Radiant. Remember, the game's not over until one Ancient is dead. That's the law. That's the law of Dota. Oh, Hubert got tracked up, and now he's being hit by 4, but he's got enough for a Ball Lightning to get way out of there, but he runs right into Nefrit. Ball Lightning's again over to his own jungle.
Invisibility.
And has an Invis rune. Smiley uses Winter's Curse, gets the Slardar. Not the squishiest of choices, but still a good one.
structures are fortified.
Timber Chain into Whirling Death. Oh, but the good Avalanche Stun and Toss back. Ochre is not gonna get a kill here. Good dodge from Hubert using the Ball Lightning to dodge that Timber Chain and to get some damage onto the Timber Saw.
Can we pause?
Radiant now actually have a 2k gold lead, so they've actually taken the gold lead over the last couple of minutes. They've also taken the experience lead. Now that it's looking more like the Radiant are starting to come online, which is bad news for the Dire, especially because Nefrit gets caught in the middle of it. Even the Chakram's not going to save him. A huge chunk of the frontline damage is gone for the Dire. Out comes the Stifling Dagger. Tiny can throw trees. Okay, so they replaced his craggy exterior. His old passive. Now you throw a tree.
Haste.
Okay, so instead of... Okay, he doesn't have the... Tiny no longer gets the Scepter upgrade. I didn't know that. He can just pick up trees now.
Tremendous.
Bad dude's top tower.
I mean, it makes sense, because he's a stone giant. Tier 2 on top lane is not looking so healthy for the Dire, but... Good Slithering Crush onto 7, but can they do anything about this Tiny? Yeah, actually they can. He can take a huge amount of punishment. Winter's Curse again on the Slardar. So, and 2 of them got caught that time. It's not going to be a kill, but...
Precious bounty.
Slithering Crush. Oh, the bouncing Shuriken. So Smiley is down, so a lot of the good support for the Radiant is gone, but the Slardar is just going to get run over by Kodos. Kodos, unfortunately, he's got to run because he'd run into the back of 4 of them.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Tiny down as well, so a lot of the team fight and disruptive ability, a lot of the disruption ability for the Radiant is gone. They've still got a little bit with the Storm Spirit and the Pangolier, but they're just like, yeah, we're not going to fight.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Fun begin.
Switch over to net worth.
Is under attack. Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
All tier 1s have fallen.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Tier 2 in the mid lane is gone for the Radiant, so this is not looking great for them.
Its middle tower
That being said, they are putting a lot of pressure on, and this tier 2 on top, or on bottom lane, is almost gone. It's already down to a quarter of its health.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Exotic Deer and Slard are looking like they want to make something happen here. They've even got Betma with them. Kodos pump faking the Rolling Thunder, but oh, he's gonna dash in, but not gonna make it out of there. So, oh, so that's what Heart Piercer looks like.
Bad dude's had was crap anyway, don't sweat.
They managed to deny their own tier 2, but they're down to only a single tier 2, just like the Radiant are. Toss combo onto Ochre. He's not gonna make it out of this one, I don't think. Oh, the Timber Chain misses, and that's gonna be the big kill there.
Whining now.
He's going to get back up pretty quick because he does have a Bloodstone left with 9 charges. So he's back. Not nearly as much time to do anything as the Radiant were hoping for, I'm betting. Although next time they kill him, they'll have more. That might even have been the reason.
My life easier.
Just kill the Timber Saw to weaken his Bloodstones.
Let the fun begin.
There goes Ochre. And every time he dies, the Bloodstone gets weaker, which is a big deal for the Radiant. Oh, they've got Nephrit right here. They're going to jump him with the Storm Spirit coming in right away. Out comes the Blade Mail, but it's not going to matter. Kodos, on the other hand, finds himself a kill on the Slardar, so the Dire just suddenly falling apart. Kodos does fall, but Bounty Hunter's gone. Slardar, Viper, Winter Skirts to stop the Timber Saw, but that's not going to save the Enchantress. Neither is the Shock, and the Shocker probably not going to save Ochre. Actually, it just might. With 4 down, though, there is just... Timber Saw is tough, but he's not going to be able to stand up to these two. Like I said. So this is suddenly going really heavily in favor of the Radiant. They're going to try and make it all tier 2s gone.
Dire's middle tower has fallen. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Looking like they're with those deaths, they're thinking about Roshan here. They have a decent Roshan lineup, especially with that Desolator. Slardar's asking for the Radiant to end it. And with an Immortal Storm Spirit, not unlikely. Okay, they really... Koda's just pump faking the Rolling Thunder to be really annoying here. This is actually going, again, really well for the Dire, or for the Radiant. Yeah, the Dire are just calling for the end of it.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Oh, it's Lifestealer.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Ruh-roh, bad news, ruh-roh, middly widdly got all diddly.
Two tier 3's gone. This is looking like the Dire yeah, the Dire pretty well surrendered.
Bad dude's Rax is now officially burnt. Hey, bad dudes, your middle Rax is like chopped liver. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top barracks under attack. Dire's top barracks. Got him, Himmer!
What the? And Tiny just happened to find a bounty hunter, so he was like, why not? Hold Embrace on a creep, that's a new one. Yep, that is game, folks. Didn't expect a 7k level team to just tap out like that, but hey. It happens. Well, folks, if you enjoyed the show, please like or favorite the video. You can also leave a comment down below if you have anything you'd like to say. And if you want to keep up with me and never miss any of my current series, please click the subscribe button down below, or the icon at the end of the video. And as always, if you have a match you'd like me to check out, please send me the match ID number. Don't worry about that. You can find it right here at the bottom of the score screen. As for that, folks, I have been D. We've introduced 2 new characters, and we even saw one of them in this game. With the Dark Willow and the Pangolier, good night, and good gaming.